Procrastination. We all know that feeling. Putting off something we need to do only to regret it later. Having a deadline that seems insurmountable to overcome as a result of your laziness. Procrastination is a common issue that affects people of all ages, genders, and backgrounds. It can be difficult to overcome, but with the right tools and mindset, you can break free from this dangerous cycle and achieve your goals. Procrastination is a common problem that affects people of all ages and backgrounds. There are different types of procrastination, such as passive procrastination, which is when we avoid taking action and delaying tasks without engaging in any other productive activities. Active procrastination involves delaying tasks but engaging in other productive activities. Regardless of the type, procrastination can have a significant impact on our lives. It can inhibit us from reaching our full potential and achieving our goals. Procrastination often occurs as a result of our underlying emotions, such as anxiety, fear, or boredom. When we avoid a task, it is usually because it triggers some negative emotions that we don't want to experience. One common cause of procrastination is fear. When we're faced with a task that we perceive as difficult, challenging, or even just unfamiliar, it can trigger feelings of anxiety, doubt, or self-doubt. This can cause us to put off the task or avoid it altogether in order to avoid these uncomfortable emotions. For example, if we're afraid of public speaking, we may put off preparing for a presentation until the last minute, even though we know it's important. Another cause of procrastination is perfectionism. When we have high standards for ourselves, it can be difficult to start a task if we don't feel prepared or confident in our abilities. This can lead to overthinking, overanalyzing, and ultimately putting off the task altogether. For example, if we're working on a creative project, we may spend hours or even days researching, brainstorming, and planning instead of actually starting the project. Lack of motivation can also be a cause of procrastination. When we're not interested in a task or we don't see the value in it, it can be difficult to find the motivation to get started. This can be especially true if the task is not aligned with our goals or values. For example, if we're not interested in a particular class or subject, we may find it difficult to motivate ourselves to study or complete assignments. Finally, procrastination can be caused by poor time management skills. When we don't prioritize our tasks or set clear goals and deadlines, it can be easy to get distracted and put things off. This can be exacerbated by the constant distractions of modern life, such as social media, emails, and other notifications. Let's talk about how to overcome procrastination. There are several strategies that we can implement to manage our procrastination and get things done, including breaking tasks into smaller steps. Procrastination can often be caused by the overwhelming nature of a task. Breaking tasks down into smaller, more manageable steps can make them feel less daunting and easier to tackle. For example, instead of trying to write an essay in one sitting, we can break it down into smaller tasks like researching, outlining, and writing individual paragraphs. This can make it easier to get started and build momentum towards completing the task. Setting realistic deadlines. One of the most important steps in managing procrastination is to set clear goals and deadlines for ourselves. This can help us stay focused and motivated and provide a clear roadmap for completing tasks. When setting goals and deadlines, it's important to be realistic and specific. Instead of setting vague goals like finish this project, we can set specific goals like complete the first 3 sections of this project by the end of the day. This can help us break tasks down into more manageable steps and make it easier to stay on track. Eliminating distractions. Distractions are a common cause of procrastination. To manage procrastination, it's important to eliminate as many distractions as possible. This may involve turning off notifications on our phones and computers, turning on airplane mode on our devices, closing unnecessary tabs or apps, and finding a quiet workplace where we can focus and study. It can also be helpful to use productivity tools like the Pomodoro technique, which involves working in focused 25-minute intervals with short breaks in between. Finding accountability, having someone to hold us accountable, can be a powerful motivator to get things done. This can help you find your motivation by manipulating your empathetic beliefs and not wanting to let down your motivator. This may mean sharing your goals with a friend or family member, or even hiring a coach or mentor to help you stay on track. Practicing self-compassion. It's important to remember that we're only humans and that it's normal to struggle with procrastination from time to time. Instead of beating ourselves up when we fall behind, we should practice self-compassion and focus on making progress no matter how small. Focusing on the benefits. Finally, it's important to focus on the benefits of completing a task rather than the potential negative consequences of not doing it. When we tunnel vision on the negatives, it manipulates our mind into believing that procrastination is for the better. Focusing on the benefits can help us stay motivated and committed to our goals by allowing us to understand the rewards for achieving and completing our tasks. Procrastination is a common issue that affects many of us, but it doesn't have to hold us back. By understanding why we procrastinate and implementing strategies to manage it, we can break free from the cycle of procrastination and achieve our goals. Remember to stay focused, stay motivated, and most importantly, be kind to yourself along the way.